Well, hey everyone, this is Brett here, and doing kind of a vlog thing this time, a little different for New Year's. And I am joined via the magic of the internet, Indead.
Howdy, howdy. What's
Howdy,
going
howdy.
on?
You may know Indead from such famous videos as... You can't think of any famous videos?
What famous videos are there?
Your hard drive.
Yeah, there you go.
Your hard drive one. That was a good one.
Yeah, that was a very popular one over time.
Yeah.
So, youtube.com/Indead. Been around forever with, like, no publicity, but we still have a good time, so.
Yeah, since 2008 or 9?
Late 2008? I think it was November? December or something there? I don't know.
Alright, cool.
6 years.
Anyway, yes. So, 2014 is about ready to come to an end. And we are sitting here thinking about what happened to us in 2014. Now, it's already 2015 on the Eastern Time Zone. The ball has already dropped in Times Square, but we still have 19 minutes before our New Year's happens. So, let's...
Central Time.
Yeah, Central Time. Yay, Central Time! So, let's talk about what happened in 2014 for us. You remember the Ice Bucket Challenge?
Yeah, that was a really big thing this year.
Yeah, it was.
I did mine, but I felt like it was a little personal, so I never actually put mine online.
Yeah.
On YouTube, I put it on my personal websites and stuff like that. But yeah, that was really, really big this year. For better or for worse, I mean, it's definitely for a good thing, but I think a lot of it.
Yeah, it was for a good cause. It was for what was it for again? It was for
Forgive me, shame on me for not knowing the actual acronym. But basically, it's a degenerative disease where the body sort of undergoes this paralysis, save for basically the mind.
ALS, I think.
Yeah, ALS. You lose legs, control of your legs, your limbs, your hands, mouth. Some people even have trouble just trying to swallow and stuff. It eventually just turns you into a conscious vegetable, sadly. It's really, really terrible.
Yes,
so
it is.
You got to put some publicity for that to help bring attention to it, because basically, I'm assuming 95% of the people who realized that existed this year, yeah, it was something that wasn't very popular, or wasn't very aware of.
Wasn't aware of, yeah, because I mean, I know I never heard of it before the Ice Bucket thing, so it was. Yeah. So now I'm aware of it, and I remember
it was good. I definitely think a little bit kind of. It was kind of taken with a grain of salt. The actual significance of it was definitely downplayed to that of the bucket challenge itself, but as long as, it definitely raised money, and I guess that...
Yeah, I think it raised millions, didn't it?
Yeah, I definitely did a good job of that. So.
It did raise millions, yeah, it did. But I think after a while, the excitement did kind of wear down, and I don't hear about it all anymore. I think I last heard about it in, like, the fall or something, like autumn.
Yeah.
I think I did mine in August. Was it? I think it was in August when I did mine. I think after that was when it was, like, already starting to, like, wind down already.
Yeah, by the time I had attempted my video, it was already pretty much on its tail end out, so...
Yeah, so it only lasted like a month or so. But everybody did it, though.
Yeah.
Surprised how many people actually do it. People I knew did it. Family, friends, they all did it. No, people didn't do it. People that I challenged. but everybody else did theirs, and that's a good thing. Even I did it, so props to me for doing that.
I know my mom. I specifically mentioned my mom and my sister. I'm not sure if my sister ended up doing it. Forgive me, I don't recall. But one of my buddies, my good buddy of mine, he had written a thing online saying, like, oh hey, so I finally actually been challenged. I was wondering how long it was going to take. You challenged me, but I'm obviously going to take the road that I would take personally, which is skip the challenge and do the donation instead. So that worked out really well as well. So that was cool.
You had to donate $100, right? If you didn't do it.
Yeah. I don't know what the actual, like, quote unquote required amount was.
Yeah, they kind of varied depending on who you asked.
That was sort of the problem with it, was that there's, like, it was more of a that was the problem with it. The whole thing, like I said, taken with a grain of salt, because it was either like, oh, it's to suggest that you donate,
Mm-hmm.
kind of like, oh, let's do this bucket thing and like make a party out of it. It's like, no, the point was to learn us and see if you throw at least $2, $3, $4, $5 at this sort of thing. And that's why I think the whole thing kind of bubbled up out of hand until it popped.
It did.
A bad way. It was a good thing that it happened, but in sort of a bad way. Like, it was just directly associated with just like this party atmosphere.
The ice bucket. Yeah, you pour this ice over your head and see if you can, survive it or something.
Look how funny it is.
Yeah, look how crazy it makes people.
If this up, I had watched a video earlier today where there was a gentleman explaining like the whole point of the quote unquote challenge originally was to simulate
yeah.
the body getting that feeling, that sensation of like just paralysis for a number of seconds. That was the whole point of the challenge originally, and obviously it just turned into a big party fest. But that's the ALS Ice Bucket Challenge. That was a big thing this year, and
it was huge. Yeah,
won't forget that for 2014.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, that was a big thing for this year, and yeah, that really blew up, and it lasted a couple of months, and now it's no more. But maybe something similar will happen. It's kind of like the Cinnamon Challenge, and this challenge, and that challenge, and
at least it was more for an actual purpose instead of just being up.
Yeah, it was for an actual thing, so that's good. But so let's move on. How about video games? We're all about the games, right, Derek?
Oh boy.
Oh yeah, we are. So
what's up on the games?
What's up on the games?
This year, I bought more new games this year than I have in a very long time, and I'm looking forward to that because I picked up every darn platform out there now, and it's like, okay, now that I have this hardware, I obviously need software for it, and I went ahead and grabbed a bunch of new titles that came out this year. I can't even fit them on two hands right now, to be honest, so I was glad about that. Definitely got a lot of new titles this year, and still did quite a bit of retro shopping as well, so that worked out well.
Oh, yeah.
I'm trying to think, what are some good games from this year? What's something that stood out to you? There were definitely a lot of ones that I missed, but the ones that I did pick up, I have enjoyed.
Oh yeah, for sure. Let's see, I'm trying to think of some right now. I mean, Far Cry 3 was definitely one.
Yeah.
I mean, that's not a game from this year. Technically, that came out in 2012, I think.
Yeah.
But I just discovered it this year because it was on a Steam sale. You got the entire Far Cry franchise, like the first one, the second one, and the third one for like $10.
Good Blood Dragon.
Yeah, so I went ahead. Oh yeah, that's right too. I got Blood Dragon as well.
Yeah.
So I went ahead and grabbed that, and then I played Far Cry 3, and I played it for a long time. I put in like I think about 25 plus hours into it in just about a week.
You're not done, correct?
Yeah, I'm not quite done. I kind of stopped and I haven't finished it up yet. But I know I'm pretty close to the end because I've already unlocked all the towers. I've unlocked the complete map. And, so I'm very close. I'm probably like 80-90% into it. So, yeah. So Far Cry 3 was definitely one. And I do want to play Far Cry 4, which did come out this year. But unfortunately, I have not played it. I want to get a Uplay key off eBay, which I'm waiting for them to come down to a dirt cheap price. But I do want to play Far Cry 4 now, especially. They say it's very much like Far Cry 3. So.
Yeah, I'll definitely say this year I had spent more time playing older games. Obviously, if you guys don't know, if you check out my channel, I'm definitely more about big collections and crap like that, tons of older games and stuff. So I definitely paid more time to my older games than my newer games. Now that I mentioned that, the biggest game for me in 2014 wasn't a 2014 release. The biggest game for me this year was Bully.
Bully. Oh yeah, I remember you talking about how much you played Bully. Yeah.
A 2008 remake of a 2006 game for the PS2. So Bully Scholarship Edition on the Xbox 360. I finally finished playing through it. I started it 2 or 3 years ago, and I would play it for like once or twice, one evening, like out of the entire year. And this year I just sort of fell into it and got sucked in that world, and I did everything I could and got the 100% perfectionist achievement. So that was a lot of fun. I really liked Bully. It had the greatest. It had a, like the kind of atmosphere that a Grand Theft Auto kind of gives you, but I was able to connect with it a lot better. I recalled a bunch of different stuff from my childhood, getting bullied and punked on and whatever else, and I liked Hopkins as sort of the main character. He had sort of a heroic anti-hero sort of feeling to him, and you liked playing him. I liked seeing him on screen. I liked his attitude. I liked his sense of humor. I liked that he didn't really take any crap from anybody, and just, you know,
Right,
if someone's gonna give him hell, you're gonna get it back tenfold.
Right,
And
you're going to get it back.
stand by your side, and if something happens to you, he's got your back. So I really liked Jimmy as a character, and I'm definitely glad that I played a 360 version. It froze a lot. It had several issues, unfortunately, but it was definitely worth picking it up. And it worked out well that it was actually on sale a lot this year, so hopefully other people picked it up. I know you bought it yourself, but I haven't got around to playing it.
Yeah, I did, yeah.
Little copies for like $3.75 on 2 or 3 different sales throughout the year. So if anyone's hearing this, you know, and you were curious about checking out Bully, get it. Go ahead and check it out. It's actually a really satisfying game. I like the way it all played out. So I really enjoyed it myself.
Yeah. And during the Steam sale that's been going on, it's still going on actually. I've purchased some pinball tables for Pinball FX2. I really like the pinball games, even though I did not really play much pinball when I was a kid. I didn't have much access to them. But I really enjoy them. And I noticed too that they do have a couple of season passes or season packs on sale for Pinball Arcade too.
Okay.
The first one and second one, the first and second season are they're half off.
Okay, cool.
So I was even thinking about getting one of those because they're real tables, you know, so they're pretty cool.
Yeah, actual.
You know, they're all
scale down into the game digitally. They're pretty cool.
Yeah, authentic. You know, so I think I'm getting one of those. They're more expensive, but I mean, you still get like 21, 22 tables for a season, and that's like 71 cents each table. So it's like,
and you kind of stop and you think about like, oh, like that's a lot of. But when you actually realize it, shame on me because we're at the end. This kind of like is what killed off the arcade was that, you know, you would spend $1 to like $1.50 to $2 for a game to play.
That is true.
A game you own forever. So you're talking less than $1 to own a table. You're looking at like $20 or $25 for a pack. But you would have blew $1.50 at the arcade anyway, playing one round for 2 minutes. And $1 that for something you get to keep forever, so it's digital content. I don't know. But that concept, like, it's not that much.
No.
You know, that's the kind of funny thing about, oh, like, I don't want to buy this app for $1. It's like, well, you freaking, you know, you just bought a candy bar. It's the same sort of content.
Exactly, yeah. That's what he was going to eat a candy bar. It's going to come out later, so. So it's going to be a waste. It's going to be a waste in the end. It's like that $1 just went to nothing.
Actually, getting something you can keep is not a bad deal. There's no reason.
Yeah, exactly. Yes.
Definitely recommended.
All right. So, any other games we can mention real briefly that we did play? Because obviously, played more than that.
Yeah. Did Mario Kart come out this year, or was that last year?
I think that was this year.
I think that was.
It was June?
Was it May? I
think it was May or June, yeah.
Yeah, it was May. That's right, because Mario 3D World came out last year. That was a good game. Mario Kart came out this year. I still haven't played Smash Bros. At all, so I gotta get around to that.
Yeah, I haven't either. Smash Bros. Came out, was October?
Yeah.
I think that was October, and Mario Kart 8 came out.
It was like the 3rd or something like that.
Yeah.
I still gotta mess with those. The biggest surprise for me this year was the newest one of the newer games that's come out towards the latter part of the year that definitely impressed me was Sunset Overdrive for the Xbox One.
Oh yeah.
It was cool to see Insomniac doing something, especially it's weird, you know, a company that had basically always worked exclusively with Sony up until their 2009 release of Fuse, which was also on the 360. to then switch over and have an Xbox One exclusive is just trippy for them.
Yeah, for sure.
It's definitely not super great. The gameplay is really where it's at. The presentation, the aesthetics, all that stuff isn't really too hot for me, but the gameplay itself is really exciting. It does a really great job of just being constantly engaging. The player's always bouncing and moving and sliding and grinding, and you're actually penalized by not staying in motion while you're running around shooting people. So it's cool to see some really involved gameplay instead of something more passive like hiding behind cover and shooting at me. No, standing still will get you massacred. Hiding
it will, yeah.
Kill you. So that was definitely a cool feel. If anyone cares to check out some of the gameplay, I put up like the first hour of the game.
You put up 4 parts of that, didn't you? First impressions?
There's actually one more that needs to go up that I haven't got around to. Yeah.
Uh-oh.
So, they put it out for free for one day for the Xbox One anniversary, which would have been November 22nd. They put that out free for a day, and that sold me on it. I picked it up on sale after Black Friday stuff. So that was a game that I was looking forward to. I was hoping it really would have been good, and it turned out that it actually was. I can't remember if Wolfenstein came out this year. The new Wolfenstein is actually pretty darn cool. I liked it a lot. It was really enjoyable. The game that impressed you and I the most, I think, blew us both away, was, and this game came out last year, technically, for Xbox One. It was a launch title, but it was a timed release for the PlayStation consoles.
Right.
It was Plants vs. Zombies.
Plants vs. Zombies, that's right.
Zombies Garden Warfare. That was a really, really awesome game that we actually need to play more of. Whenever that happens.
We do, yeah, we do. Now that you mentioned that, we should play some as soon as possible. Because it's really fun to play. I mean, it's kind of like, some people have said it's been like a kid's version of Call of Duty.
Yeah, it's got a really good mix, and it runs off the Frostbite 3 engine, the one that powers most of EA's games now.
Yeah.
The newest Need for Speed runs off Frostbite. Frostbite was designed for Battlefield, so Garden Warfare uses the Frostbite engine, so it's really beautiful, runs super, super smooth. The game design is great. It is very, very impressive. If you guys have not checked it out, you definitely owe it to yourself to check that game out.
Yes.
If you like the loadouts, if you like Team Fortressy sort of stuff, if you like Monday Night Combat, or even if you just like Plants vs. Zombies stuff, any of that sort of thing, definitely give this game a look. It's actually really, really well done and does a good job of not really alienating anybody. Save for someone who can't really handle the concept of a twin-stick shooter. It's really, really approachable. I would suggest it to anyone who can at least understand all the buttons on a modern controller. So definitely check it out, Joe. Definitely check it out.
Check it out, yeah. It's a fun game. Well, we just have 2 minutes left before the year ends. So is there anything else you want to mention, something that happened to you that happened this year that was very fun? Personally, for me, not as much happened for me this year as compared to maybe last year or the year before. Especially, this year was more of a generic year. So for me, it actually feels like this year actually shouldn't be ending yet. It's like, there should be more days left of it. But at the same time, I'm also ready for it to end, and I'm ready to start new, and start a new year.
I would definitely say I'm on the complete opposite side of the schoolyard fence there. This year had a lot of ups and downs. There was a lot of emotional stuff in this year, which had sat me out. School stuff off and on, career stuff, just a lot of reflection. There was a time being in the early part of the year, let's say like 3/5 of the year, just tons of self-realization, and I had put a lot of work into just paying attention to myself, reflecting on myself, figuring out how to grow and better myself as the kind of person who I was. So I put a lot of the other, extras and frivolousness of life sort of on the back burner to sort of focus on myself, and in the end, 2014 had tired me out. And I'm really, really glad that it's over personally. And I'm looking forward to next year, get a clean slate, quote unquote, and move forward from there. We only move up from those low points. So, yeah, 2014 was a bit of I I will not say I wish it didn't happen. It was a good year for me learning. It was not my most favorite year, but it was definitely one of the most important years for me in the last, I would say, 4 or 5 years of actually maturing and growing as a person, as a man, as a human being, all that stuff.
Yeah.
So I was glad for that. I'm glad that it actually all, came crumbling down to actually realize what is important for me to rebuild with and then build upon in the end. So that's my 2014 in a nutshell. Honestly.
Yeah. And I hear fireworks going on outside right now. Do you hear any?
Yeah, actually, I'm here so I can crack open the window.
Yeah, because it is midnight now, and my computer says January 1st, 2015. So 2015 is here. It's beginning now.
Yep. I got it popping off in the background right now.
Yeah,
so.
and so...
Well, I gotta say, thanks for spending 2014 with me there, Brett. I've had a lot of fun talking with you on Skype and playing some games, some video, a little bit of interaction off and on throughout the year, so that's been really, really cool. Really cool.
It's been a pleasure, man, and also thank you for being a part of it, and we'll sure do the same this new year, and we'll definitely hopefully do more of it this time. We'll play some more games. We'll talk even more, and we'll do who knows what. Who knows what this year will bring.
Hopefully, we'll do more of this interaction stuff because I think it's really fun. I don't know if our different individual viewer groups are on board with it, but I definitely
with you. We'll see how this goes, and if people really like it, then we'll definitely do more of it. Yeah, we'll definitely do more of this, and maybe I'll just do some vlogs on my own. Maybe you won't always be Skyping with me, but I mean, we can definitely do more of these, and we'll do it, and I think it'll be good.
Sounds good, my man. Well, thank you everyone for watching. This has been the end, officially, of 2014.
Yes, it has.
Man, going off like crazy out there. Central time right here.
Yes, it is now... It is now 12:02. My clock reads. Yep. So 2015 has officially begun, and be prepared for a lot of Back to the Future references. I may want to add, because we're going to hear a lot of them all this year. I know you are.
I guess you're right. So that's it. Thanks for watching, guys. I will catch y'all later. This has been Indead and Brett Darian, and
oh yeah, I hear him. You can hear him on your...
Pop, pop, pop.
You can hear him go pop, pop. Alright, man. Well, peace out, man. We will see you in our next video. And this is Brett. This is Brett Darian signing out as well. Thank you all for watching. Hope you all enjoyed, and I'll see you next time.
See ya.
See ya, man.